and kept it to yourself. Between clothes, looks, athletic ability, and everything else kids made fun of, there was no point in broadcasting the fact that you were an ADD kid. Qwerty Stevens was not dumb. In fact, he was one of the gifted students at Thomas Edison Middle School in West Orange, New Jersey. Practically a genius with computers and electronics, he could take apart, put together, and fix just about any machine. Some things came very naturally to him. Other things, remembering assignments, organizing his school supplies, tidying up his bedroom, were not his strong points. Qwerty's room was about as messy as any other 7th grader's. Old toys he hadn't touched in years were scattered around. The corner served as a hamper for his dirty clothes. Wires and jacks and assorted computer components were everywhere. "You gotta turn in something," Joey told his friend. "Miss Vaughn will fail you this time." "And my mom will kill me," Qwerty added. Joey was in many ways the direct opposite of Qwerty, but somehow the two boys enjoyed each other's company. Joey just thought of Qwerty as a bit scatterbrained. Tall and thin, Joey was a straight-A student who showed up 15 minutes early for wherever he had to be. Joey had a completed 23-page report in his backpack describing the events that led to America breaking away from England in 1776. He had jazzed up his report with drawings he found in library books. He put the whole thing in a fancy binder. He even used footnotes. It took several weeks to complete the assignment. Unlike a lot of kids in the class, Joey thought history and old things were cool. Warfare was fascinating to him. He had seen virtually every war movie ever made. Doing a report on the American Revolution was not work for him. Joey lived with his father, a cold and angry man. So he would leave the house early most mornings to pick up Qwerty. On 2 occasions, Joey ran away from home, but both times he only made it as far as Qwerty's house. "Robert!" Qwerty's mother hollered up from the kitchen. She insisted on calling him the name she had given him at birth, despite the fact that everyone else called him Qwerty, a nickname based on the top row of letters on the computer keyboard. "You've got to leave for school in 15 minutes. "Okay, Mom," Qwerty called downstairs. "And don't forget to go straight to your doctor's appointment after school." "Okay, Mom." "You're in trouble, aren't you?" Joey asked. "Not necessarily," Qwerty replied, more calm than desperate. Though he was not a spectacular student, he was a quick thinker, a problem solver. He could usually come up with a solution in a crisis. Maybe not a great solution, but a solution. "I have a plan," he said, throwing Joey a wink. Qwerty sat down at his computer and flipped it on. "You can't start writing your report now," Joey complained, glancing at the clock radio on Qwerty's night table. "We gotta get to school." "I'm not writing it now," Qwerty assured his friend. He clicked on his modem and typed in his user ID and password to log on to the internet. The modem beeped and buzzed and bleeped for a few seconds. "Music to my ears," Qwerty said, chuckling. Joey shook his head. If he had waited until the last minute to do an assignment, he'd be in a panic. But he was more nervous about Qwerty's report than Qwerty was. "The web is the answer to just about any problem, my man," Qwerty said as the modem made the connection. Qwerty typed the words "American Revolution" into the search engine, then leaned back in his chair while the computer did its business. A few seconds later, the results of the search appeared on the screen. 118 websites? Marveled Joey. "Too general," Qwerty mumbled. He thought for a moment, then typed in 4th of July. This time, the computer produced fewer sites, but most of them were useless. There were sites that sold fireworks, sites full of 4th of July greeting cards, even a site with a recipe for 4th of July cheesecake. Qwerty grunted. "Try July 4th...